joined by Illinois State staff, pardon me, classes. Coach Gillespie and Danila Washington, Illinois State now 20-13 on the season. We'll await postseason bids over the next couple of days. Coach, if you could hold the microphone. We'll begin with opening statement from Coach, take questions for Danila, and then come back to Coach.
Yeah, just incredibly disappointed, really heartbroken for our seniors. We had a great opportunity. It just, we didn't have the same juice as we had last night. And as a coach, that will be something that haunts me. I got to figure out, in the prep, it's a quick prep, what went wrong, but that was their third game in 3 days, our second. Got to give Robin and her kids all the credit, man. What a run they're going on, but just tough when you miss their team free throws in a game like this. We just, our shots weren't falling, but really proud that we fought back. I'm sure no one thought we could do that, but ultimately we just fell a little bit short, and just stinks because you never know if you're going to have a situation like this again.
Questions for
Danila, was there a little bit of fatigue felt by the team tonight?
I mean, fatigue is felt by the team during the regular season, but I feel like Coach has said nobody was tired. When it came down to it, we know where we wanted to be, and so we had to fight through to get to where we wanted to be.
Danila, was Evansville doing anything in particular to defensively to make the offense not run as smooth as you would like?
I mean, they were chasing our shooters and doubling the post players, but we have good passers on our team, so we did make the open reads. Just a lot of shots weren't falling.
Danila, obviously it was a very physical game down low. How did you, a lot of players were in foul trouble, how did you able to keep composed and not make sure you don't foul out to keep staying?
I mean, I got some little ones, but I knew at the end of the day that I needed to be on the court. So if that was to give up a layup with 8 minutes left in the game, then to sit down, then that's what I'm supposed to do.
Danila, just sort of looking over the whole season, what are some of the positives and growth that you've seen from yourself this season?
The positives is me being more confident on the perimeter and in the game in general. I know my teammates and my coaches have a lot of confidence in me. And that's what I use every game. That was my mentality.
questions for Coach?
Coach, same thing for you. What are just your whole season, all your players, what are some of the growth that you've seen to take into the offseason?
Yeah, I mean, there was a stretch where we went to Puerto Rico and lost 3 in a row. We went to UNI, got beat. We got whooped at Nebraska. We were in all sort of trouble. We had just lost to Bayo. We were so young. But, I mean, we have really good human beings in that locker room, and that's why this stinks, because we have great young women. And they were just committed to becoming the best team we can, and I think you saw that slowly but surely, little by little. It stinks when you fall short. And I told the team, that's the thing about sports. When you invest so much time and effort into something, the feeling of last night was incredible. But on the flip side, the feeling we have right now is just utter despair and heartbreak. But you have to care for it to feel like that, and we do have a team that really cares.
Chris, do you think there was an emotional letdown after the team saw that they were going to have to play Belmont?
That'll be a question I ask myself. I asked our staff that in the locker room, and as a competitor, I hope not. Because we're 40 minutes away for a chance to play for an NCAA berth. But I don't know, because I just thought Evansville just had a little bit more juice, and I got to give them all the credit.
And is there just no explanation when good free throw shooters have a bad free throw shooting night?
Yeah, I mean, over the course of the year, we've been pretty good, and that's the tough thing. I know those kids are beating themselves up, and we would put the ball in their hands over and over. That's why we got here. That's, they've won us a lot of games at the foul line too. For whatever reason, the ball just didn't go in, but it's really hard at this in March. The margin of error is so small, and free throws usually are a good indicator if you're going to come out. And for whatever reason today, it wasn't our day at the line.
Coach, I know players like Addison and Bella and Shanti aren't here, but how have those seniors really left their imprint on this program moving forward?
Yeah, all 3 are transfers in the world we live in. It's really unique. but Shanti and Addison were unbelievable leaders, still will be in the next couple weeks. And Bella being a 1-year kid, just, fit in so well for us, hit big shots. And that's why we wanted her in our team. But this class, it's not always about stats. It's just the type of people they are, the impact they have on our program, our university, and the community. And they were phenomenal at that role.
Can you sort of break down that play where you got Bella open for a three?
Yeah, before we left, we'd been in some situations quite a bit. We used a few at Bradley, so we had to come up with some new ones. So we had 3 for 2s, 3 for 3s, and we knew we practiced that on, what day was it? Thursday. And we knew if we could get her good looks, Nive set a great screen, we knew Bella would make it, and great execution.
Coach, can you just speak a little bit on Daniela's performance, not in the regular season and kind of just going into the rest of the season?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it, like she's just really committed to becoming a great overall player, both sides of the ball. I think with Nive, the best basketball is yet to come, and I think that's what excites us is if she'll continue to work, I think she could be one of the better players, if not the best player that ever played at Illinois State. But, my hope is that, moments like this, that just adds not only her to her fire, but to our team, because our goal is always, we want to compete for a championship, and we want to cut down nets.
Coach, to kind of piggyback off that a little bit, you've got a great player, so you're right, you've got a ton of great players in the locker room, but you highlighted they're even better human beings. So what does that kind of do for you to not only build you up as a coach and a person, but kind of the program and just how everybody just kind of brings this energy of such positivity and growth and kind of how you're feeling?
That's what makes it hard, because I got kids in that locker room that aren't going to get a chance to do this again, and they've given their heart and soul to us. They took a chance on our program. Every one of them did, and it stinks because I love them. Whether we make free throws, we don't. They're great role models. Like my 2 children look up to them. Like that's what it's about. On Tuesday, we attended a funeral for one of our fans who died tragically last week. Like, I'm getting calls from his father this morning, of how much our team means to them, and it's the women in that locker room. They care. They go above and beyond. Yeah, we always talk about impact, but I always say you have no idea, and that's what I'm most proud of. Yeah, it stinks. And I wish we could have won, and I wish I would have done a better job coaching, but. Man, we got a bunch of winners in that, and that's what makes this tough. But if you do it with the right people, it's supposed to hurt, and that's what I'm proud of. And
Just the last possession, obviously didn't want Addison to be taking that shot, but was it just at a point where she felt like she had to take it there?
yeah, we ran a set and they covered it pretty good. That came a scramble without a timeout. We had to try to make something happen, and. Man, I challenged Daddy to take a few threes this summer. I had a thought in my mind, like, oh my gosh, if this sucker goes in, I mean, how about that? But it fell short, but, not her fault. It was just kind of, they did a great job, and it was a scramble. We didn't have a timeout, and, that's how it goes sometimes.
Coach, can you just speak on the impact the freshers make this year, like how you heard Jay and Brad?
Yeah, I mean, those 2, Madison Austin, Jordan Fensky, like, the future is so bright for our program. Grace Nelson, I mean, she's a freshman. Let's not forget about that. I know at times we're a little bit up and down. It's just, they hadn't been in these positions before, and I know they're going to learn, and I know they're going to be hungry. But I think that's what excites me. It's like my heart breaks for the kids that don't get to do this again. But man, when the dust settles and we finish up a good postseason run, hopefully, I know how excited our staff and those players are to get going for next year.
Thank you, guys.